This is Kevin Weeb here from Hope Mission, and I'm coming to you live from the Brookfield Residential Harvest Run. Today, one of our partner companies, Brookfield Residential, are putting on this incredible charity run where people from all across the city, hundreds of people, are coming down to South Edmonton to run or walk to support a cause, and that cause is vulnerable neighbors right here in our city. And it's pretty incredible to see people streaming in just to support a great cause. And so we've got great weather today here in Edmonton. A little bit on the chilly side, but we're grateful it's not raining or snowing here at the end of September. And I am just always inspired to see our city come together for a good cause. And so we've been talking about this on our social media for the last few months, that this has been coming up. And so it's fun to see people coming together to help people in need. Now, as we know that the need has been rising in our city. We've been seeing often over 800 people a night through the summer months coming to shelter. That's a lot of people in need of meals, of care, of medical care. And it's only because of people like you that support is possible. Now, I just want to turn a little bit because this is the list of sponsors here that are helping out for the run today as well. That's a lot of businesses. Now, I also want to talk about the fact that businesses can make a difference too. If you're an individual that owns a business or has a lot of influence in your business, there are ways businesses can get involved in supporting our vulnerable neighbors as well, through becoming a sponsor at an event like this, becoming a matching donor at one of Hope Mission's events, or just by using your corporate donations to help vulnerable Edmontonians, vulnerable Albertans. It makes a big difference in the lives of those in need. Every $2.70 provides a meal at Hope Mission, and we're so grateful for every donation that comes in. And companies can make a huge difference as well by sponsoring walks like this and helping make these fundraising events possible that bring together hundreds of people across the city just in support of the vulnerable. So thank you to everybody who's coming out today. And with the postal strike happening, we're unable to receive mail-in donations, which has been a big problem. I'm already getting calls already this early in the strike from some of our supporters who don't have other ways of donating, and so people are already scheduling check pickups for me to meet with them to pick up their donations in person, and that's something that's a real difficulty for a lot of people. And so it's happening yet again, twice in 1 year, where the support for the vulnerable is being cut off for those who are unable to use technology in that way. So we're extremely grateful for events like this where people can come in person to support. Again, one of the best ways to support immediately is going online to hopemission.com. That's hopemission.com, and you can support our vulnerable neighbors today, immediately, to provide that meal and care for someone in need. And it's incredible stuff happening every day. You know, I was spending some time with some of our health services professionals at the mission this week, and the stories coming out of there of people who people who had suffered frostbite, amputations, all kinds of things like that, and yet they got into recovery. And I was talking to one of our nurses who, there was one gentleman in particular, and he had been in the mission a long time, and then she stopped seeing him around the mission in the shelter for a little while, and then a year had gone by, and she went to our graduation ceremony for our recovery grads, and then she saw that man. But what she said was, in the shelter, it was like he was a shadow of the man he was meant to be, and now this was the full man at graduation. He had finally become the person he always was. And it was so amazing just to hear that side of things, where, you know, when people are struggling with addiction and their lives are turned upside down, but that there's a whole other side of life that is possible. Hope is possible, and it is made possible. It is happening for our vulnerable neighbors because of the support of people like you. So thank you for everything you're doing to make that possible. Thank you for your support. And God bless you for everything you're doing. Please, if you can, support our vulnerable neighbors today, hopemission.com. And thank you to everybody who is coming out to the Brookfield Residential Harvest Run today. And big thanks also to every one of our sponsors.